Hey, everybody, it's me, Jonathan Millard, the voice of the Veil, back with another Big Hype podcast brought to you by Hype Energy Drinks. And I am joined tonight by my very special guest. Please give it up for Ali Reza Cordi.
Boom, boom.
It's probably the only time I'll ever announce you, so that's how you doing, mate? You all right?
Good, thank you. Yourself?
Mate, I'm doing okay. I'm struggling, but I'm going to get through this. On 4 hours sleep, we're okay. We're going to push forward. It's been a busy weekend. Let's just say that. But it's been a good weekend, and it's not quite finished yet. Christmas is still one more weekend away from us right now, as we record this. But probably this will come out after that, so people really don't care then. Like Christmas, that was a lot of money. We spent a load of money and didn't actually, and ate a lot of turkey and feel fat.
Yeah,
premise. So we ask everyone the same question, pretty much, which is to start the podcast, which is how and why did you get involved in boxing?
Big question.
Big one.
I don't want to be the generic. I saw Muhammad Ali and I wanted to be a world champion. You can
say that. Actually, to be honest with you, I don't think anyone said that yet. So, yeah.
Well, I was young. Strangely, I was obese when I was young. I was really obese. I wanted to lose weight, so I went into kickboxing first. Kickboxing. I went for the boxing route. My uncle in Iran, which is where I was born in, is part of the Olympic team. So he said to me, "Oh, you done a bit of kickboxing, come down to the boxing." I said, "Cool." Mm-hmm. I went down there for a little bit, did some boxing there, and actually got onto the podium. So I was in the Olympic team as a junior. And
fantastic.
It was crazy, honestly.
What was that? Sorry, I'm going to stop you. What was that feeling like? What was that? Considering you didn't even think that you're just going down there just for a bit of a muck around.
Yeah.
How did it feel?
It was crazy. I'd say one of the best parts about that experience is I boxed in the same ring. No one knows this. That Muhammad Ali boxed in when he went to Iran for like an exhibition. And this is years ago. And if you Google it, you'll see. If you search Muhammad Ali exhibition Iran, it was a ring and I boxed in the same ring. And that's the ring that I got put on the podium with.
That is history, lineage, legendary status is the same. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So what happened then after that? You just...
and then I came back to obviously I'm from the UK, but I came back to the UK, started boxing here. Unfortunately, I didn't box for the Olympic team Iran because of politics there. I don't really want to go into that too much. But I came back here, started boxing here. I was been through multiple amateur gyms, won the nationals, ABAs are the big ones I won. And I won all the little ones on the way up as well.
Just those things, nationals. Don't worry about them, mate. That's impressive, mate. That's pedigree as well.
Yeah.
You obviously had something about you that has pushed. You found your niche, I guess. Does that sound fair enough?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Again, it wasn't even meant to be, but I lost a little bit of weight. I said, "Oh, you know what? I'm quite good at this." Went into the boxing and just kind of like rolled on. Just rolled down the hill from there. And here we are.
So how many nationals?
I won the nationals once. I won the ABAs once. I had a load of injuries throughout the amateur career, up and down, firing again.
Yeah, the signal's just gone a little. 2 seconds. Sorry, I got a little technical issue.
That's all right, mate. Is that first?
There you go. Okay, that's fixed it. Right. Sorry, where were we? Nationals. Yeah. Let's go back there. Let's just go back. So, how many nationals was it? It was one national, one ABA.
Yeah, under 10s, under 20s, which is under 10 novices, under 20 novices, and then from there, literally went straight to nationals, went to ABAs. And again, the reason I didn't do it more often was I just had bad timing with injuries.
Okay.
But that's how this can work sometimes.
Hands, feet, ankles,
hands.
Hands.
I've had everything. I've had the whole.
a walking example of how not to be. Yeah. Okay. All right. So hands. Yeah, boxers have a lot of problems with hands. Unfortunately, they do get broken after punching other people in the face with them. So it's kind of an occupational habit, I guess. But so then, what sort of prompted the next step then for you? Because you didn't just jump in the ring and after doing all the nationals and turn pro.
Yeah.
There was a bit of time between that as well.
Exactly. So during COVID, just before it, this is what boxers shouldn't do, is ride a motorcycle. Because I had a motorcycle crash.
Mate,
I
sorry.
tore my knee ligament and put me out for 2 years.
Wow.
Completely out of boxing for 2 years. Came back to boxing. Eventually went from coach to coach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then I'm with Frank Greaves now.
Okay. Yeah.
Amazing coach. And honestly, couldn't say anything better than that. That's just the best way to describe him. He's just an amazing coach, an amazing man. And we're going to win a world title together. So there's that.
You said it, not me. I'm just gonna have to roll. I'm gonna roll with it, mate. Obviously I've seen the debut. That's what, and I reached out to you straight away. I was like, I need him on the podcast because I want to talk to this guy because he's got something. I spotted it. My partner, we were watching it together, and Kerry just turned around and said, "Yeah, you need to get him on the podcast." And that was going, okay, cool. We just talked about randomly just who should we get, and then it was like, yeah, we watched your fight, and we were like, yeah, definitely, this kid has.
I'm glad you enjoyed it,
mate. It was great. And it was like, some people might not recognize where you got the mask from and all those sort of things. Not that I'm a big fan of the films. I've seen them. I won't say that I enjoy them, but the Purge sort of thing. It was good. But we thoroughly enjoyed the debut fight and a Your Call debut as well on Nielsen Promotions. In association with TM, I don't know if that was. I can't remember if it was a TM show. It probably was.
It was a TM.
Yeah, it was a TM40 show. So who you signed with again? Sorry, you're with.
I'm with 662 Media.
Okay,
my management.
Okay.
Frank is my boxing coach.
Yeah.
And my strength and conditioning coach is Michael Corsa. So a little shout out to all of them guys.
Get them all in there.
Phenomenal team. Honestly, a phenomenal team. It's going to be the team from the beginning to the end.
So talk to us about the debut, because I mean that it was an impressive fight, impressive debut for you. What was the plan going into that? What was your thoughts? I mean, talk us up to the camp, the lead up to the night, and then how it all went in the night.
Camp was amazing. Things went up and down. I can't mention some things. Management said I can't, but again, camp was good. Went through it in the change room. I'd say is. I was in the changing room and my coach like, you're gonna love it, you're gonna enjoy it. I said, yeah, I am. But it just felt, and this might sound cocky, arrogant. Forgive me if I do. But I was just like, this is just another day, right? It just felt like another day. I've done this for years and years as a kid, as a junior. And when I was there, this is nothing new to me. Only new things was, I guess, the little gloves. The gloves were completely just tiny. And I was gonna mention it. My right knuckle was still injured from that day.
Wow.
Apart from that, I just loved every moment of it. I love it.
What gloves?
Lonsdale 10 ounce.
Okay.
But they've probably done about 700 rounds, it felt like. Yeah.
I'm sure they wouldn't have done that. I'm sure they would have had, quality gloves for the fight. So, okay. So you've obviously, and you say you're still injured a little bit in the hand there.
Yeah.
On your right knuckle. Your opponent?
Tough game.
Yeah.
Game plan went to a T. Step off, let him get comfortable with you stepping off, and then don't step off. Just crack him on the way in, and it worked exactly how it was supposed to. Got a stoppage in the fourth. Could have gone out a little bit earlier, but I feel like that must have been a bit of ring rust. I was out of the ring for 2 years prior to
of course.
debut.
Of course. I mean, when you're stepping in and you haven't been in the ring for, apart from sparring, I mean, we'll talk about sparring in a minute because there's some interesting pictures on your Instagram about sparring. There is a difference, isn't it, when you're out in front of a crowd as opposed to being in the gym, and that's natural, I guess. And like you say, you had some ring rust, you wanted to shake that off. 2 years out, understandably. So was the game plan to go the full 4, or was it just to see how it went, just see if it came early, if it came naturally, and the opportunity was there, you're going to take it? Or was it, no, we'll do the 4, we'll get the 4 rounds in, and then we'll look at obviously the next fight, etc.
Yeah. Game plan was to just box. And throughout my amateur career, I've pretty much had like 95% knockouts. I just pretty much knocked everybody out throughout my amateur career.
Yeah.
And in sparring, can't mention sparring stories, but everyone knows I bang. So going into the fight, we're like, let's just box. And this is my first time ever boxing 6 rounds, and for a debut to do a 6-rounder as well.
We queried that because we were like, then again, we've seen a debut account the other week on Charlie Sims' show doing a 10-rounder. And we're like, how the hell? What? How? Okay. Board obviously if the board is happy with that, they will sanction it and they will allow you to do it. So obviously they were happy enough to give you the opportunity for 6, because we were like, why is he down 6? Surely this, maybe about. But then when we watched the box, obviously it was explanational.
Yeah.
There wasn't any reason for it. So yeah, okay. So happy with 6, or did you want to try and get all 6 rounds in?
Just wanted to see how it goes, right? If we took them out early, we took them out early. If we went 6, we went 6. Just don't chase the knockout; it will come eventually. But again, from my amateur career, I've done 3 rounds, 3 3-minute rounds. So to go from 3 threes to 6 threes and have to pace it, it was a little bit different. But that's where obviously in sparring, you have good sparring partners and you ensure you get that quality work throughout.
Well, let's talk about sparring then, because your Instagram has some very interesting pictures of who you've been in the ring with. So you've been in the ring with the likes of David Haye.
Yep. That was when he
George Groves.
George Groves as well. Yeah, done a load of rounds with both of them guys.
And Logan, and not Logan, Jake Paul.
Jake Paul.
Let's just go back to the first one. Let's start with David Haye, because David Haye, I've always liked David Haye. I thought he's quite an interesting character outside of boxing, but also in boxing as well. I mean, he's done some incredible things. So talk to me about David. What was he like to box?
David, when I was young, he was like one of those guys, like one of the idols. Where I was like, I want to be like this guy. Where he was knocking everyone out, phenomenal cruiserweight, went up to heavy, done a great job at heavy, won a world title, obviously, but wasn't the right size for heavyweight, in my opinion. But when we went to first sparring, I was nervous. I was like, I know what this guy's like in sparring. He's going to try and knock me out. And when I went in now, and again, I do know David Day is a lovely man. I always speak to him all the time. But I was in there with him. I was like, this guy's going to try and knock me out, man. And I was young. I was like, 18, I think?
18, yeah.
But yeah, he was respectful. He was nice, and it was hard sparring. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Groves, done a load of rounds with Groves. Phenomenal jab. That's where I'd say it.
Yeah.
Best jab ever. When he hits you with that jab, you knew about it.
Really? Okay. Yeah. Well, you see that. I mean, you see that in his fights. He works. And the saying is obviously, the jab will take you around the world.
Exactly.
So yeah. I mean, you can see he's got that, and you always see it in every fight that he's trying to find that way in, and you can see he can do damage with it as well. So yeah, so I'm not gonna dispute that one at all in any way, shape, or form, because I don't want to feel on the end of his jab, to be honest with you. And then obviously the most interesting one, which is we've just seen him go out against Mike Tyson. So Jake Paul, how did that all come about then?
My coach has done Jake Paul's hand wraps. So Frank obviously does hand wraps for people as well. Great coach. They can also do hand wraps. Man of many trades. Yeah. And he had that connection. And there was in Herenveen in the Netherlands. So Amsterdam. And they were like, Ali, would you like to come down for sparring? I was like, sure, why not? Right? Jake Paul, a little bit of clout. Why not? And there. He's a nice guy. I thought, you know what? What's he going to be like? He's just a nice guy. He's a regular person. He's not what he portrays himself to be, but I guess that's just his online image to sell. He's a businessman at the end of the day. And he's better than what you think.
You took the words out of my. I was going to ask you, what is he actually like then? Because is he a good boxer? Because a lot of people say, as you just said, he portrays, I think, a character, and he, people have sort of said, oh, he's like a WWE type of character wrestling. I'm involved with wrestling. I know the guy who steps in the ring, and I know the guy that sits in the back. Those two people are very different people, and they're not the same people, and it's difficult for people to understand that. But at the end of the day, they're there to perform, and some people have argued that case that Jake is a similar sort of character. He's, like you say, his character is different from his actual person. So what was the actual person like?
He's a down-to-earth guy. He's just he's like us. You could literally be in the room and have a conversation. He's quite quiet, in my opinion. But you put a camera on him, boom, whole other character comes out. It's like split personality disorder. A whole other person comes out.
Okay. So he understands the business of it. He understands the business of it, which is what we're saying, yeah.
Exactly. But going back to boxing, he's really not bad.
He's just really not bad? Okay. Really not bad. Okay.
Like if we had to put him in UK terms,
go on.
In the boxing world, he could win a Southern area.
Okay.
He could win a Southern area.
Okay. English?
English is pushing it.
Okay.
English.
Okay. That's an interesting position though. But where you think he is, because at some point he's going to be challenging for some world championship, a WBC, something. There's going to be because there's money involved with that situation. It's not, unfortunately, it's not just. It's kind of like the argument about show business. It's show business, not show talent.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, boxing is an entertainment sport as well as is a sport. It does have those elements of people wanting to be entertained and want to see great fights. Hence why we had that Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight.
I haven't watched it and I don't ever want to watch it.
Okay, I'm not going to spoil it for you. I enjoyed the fight before it. The Shields and Taylor fight.
Yeah.
That was off. That commentary was whack on that as well. Definitely. Don't know what the female commentator was, but she was like, it was Shields, and then all of a sudden Katie Taylor came through the end, and he's like, oh, actually, so going that way. That fight was good. I've watched it. For a 58-year-old man, I think he was more impressed the fact that he got in there and boxed himself, and he carried on. Naturally, power drops off when you get a certain age, and people were like, well, I wanted, speaking to the barber about this the other day, actually, he was just saying, I wanted to see the old the old Mike Tyson. I'm going, but he's not been training in that capacity. Yeah, he keeps himself active and fit, but he's not power training. He's not practicing to knock people out. And that, initially, obviously, you understand this, obviously, by having a bit of ring rest for 2 years, the power that you did have has sort of diminished a little bit. And that's just a short-term situation. You're still young, so you can make it back. But when you get to a certain age, it's more difficult to shift weight. Trust me, I know. At the moment, I'm trying to shift weight and get myself in a healthier, fitter position. Understandably, the years, unfortunately, aren't kind in that capacity. So I'll just leave it there. If you want to watch it, you go watch it. It's on Netflix. It's free of charge now. You don't have to pay 80 quid or whatever it was to get it on the night. So I wasn't paying for it because I was working. So we're not gonna worry about that. Okay, where we are right now, we are just starting the journey. Realistically, in the pro arena, but there's some hopes, and you've already mentioned one to me already that you're hoping to achieve within your career. Talk me through your plan. Where do we see this going in the next 1 to 2 to 5 years? What are we looking at? Go with it.
12 months, Southern Area champion. Within 12 months. Year 2, English champion, British champion. Defend the British. Year 3,
Three
world
times?
champion.
3-time defense, so you get your belt?
Yeah.
Come on.
Then, boom, world title.
You're not gonna go for anything else. Europeans, Commonwealths.
If it's there, we'll take it. Whoever's got it. If they're there,
True.
we'll take it. But if we can go from the British to the world and that route's there, we'll take that. If the European is there and then the world is there, we'll take that as well.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, again, I'm not really fussed. I just want to get to that stage, and when we're there, we'll be like, all right, what's next? Bing, who's next? This guy. And we'll just take everyone out. I'm
seeing a very similar pattern from your very first bout to where you're going with the career as well, because you're just going to see where it goes, and and I think the opportunities will come, because like I said, you're an exciting boxer to watch, and people will want to watch you and want to see how far you go. That will come. Those things will come, and obviously, like you say, if an opportunity is there, you're going to be there. So the question, obviously, I kind of guess, obviously, you did this on your call. You're not that far away from your call in realistic terms for support as well. Are you more of a home fighter then, or you're happy to be away?
Big Hype Podcast, sponsored by Hype Energy Drinks.
I say I'm a home fighter. I'd like to be at home. Bring all my people together. It's more convenient for them, for me, But you have to go away to fight. It's not an issue. Right? It doesn't make a difference. It would just be nicer for my people, more convenient for my people. But again, if there's a belt somewhere, we'll travel. It's not an issue.
Okay. I'm just thinking because obviously with well, you mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, being opportunities in other countries, Iran being one. Obviously, there are other countries that would be interested in putting on those fights. We've just had Riyadh. We're in Riyadh seasons again, going back into it now. There's opportunities to fight abroad now, which is those opportunities are not necessarily here in the UK. So it's understandable that. I'm glad you said that because, to be honest with you, some people, some of the other ones we've had on the podcast have all said, I'd love to do it in here, but they understand as well that the money and opportunity sometimes is going to be abroad. So I'm glad you've said that as well. Is there a particular venue that you think, that is what I'd like to aspire to box in? Is there, you've done the York Hall, that's the iconic, historic home of British boxing. You can't, you can't really change that. That is
MGM Grand. That's a big one.
Okay.
MGM Grand.
Okay.
Riyadh as well. Riyadh's it's up there. Riyadh's doing big things at the moment. I love their promotions as well. I want to be one of those promos. I saw the one with Bivol and Beterbiev. There was on a horse and the tribe with warriors. It was great. Honestly, amazing.
They do try and make it, again, entertaining. And entertaining. And if you can do a little bit of that, a little bit of acting, and a little bit of thing. I mean, the Tyson Fury and Usyk 2-1 is weird. I'm just like, what? He's holding a chicken sausage.
It's true.
Okay, whatever. But No, they've made it, and they make it that you want to watch. And you want to get involved in that, and you want to see that fight, because I want to see that fight. As now, a couple of months ago, I probably wouldn't have been bothered, But again, now it's a bit of promotion, bit of thing. This is the game, We've got to watch and watch and see what happens. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm sure you will be. So okay, but is there a UK venue other than the other than your call that you think, do you know what, it'd be great to sell out Wembley. Or
Wembley. Right.
I'd love to do Wembley.
A full stadium Wembley, chanting ARC. Yeah.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. One venue that's just come back. One of my friends, one of the timekeepers, Peter McCann, he sent me a message the other day. He sent me some pictures of an old brochure that he pulled out, and it was the Albert Hall. And I went, wow, now there's a venue that we don't even talk about anymore. We don't even think about going there. I'm guessing there's reasons why, but what a great venue to have a boxing thing, particularly showcasing British again. That for Londoners as well.
Cool. Sorry to interrupt you. Is like the Colosseum.
Yeah,
that would be cool, right? No one has done that. I don't know if they have. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that would be cool.
I've not seen it in the Colosseum, but I have seen it in what do they call them? Bull rings. That's the thing. I've seen it boxing ring in a bull ring. Mm-hmm. In Spain, so it's kind of close, but again, that was Mace Rueg's fight. Actually, he was out there and he went out to travel out there to take a fight, and he was in the auditorium with the bull rings, and they have all the bullfights and all that stuff. I was going, that's pretty cool. Interesting venues, more than perhaps iconic, but yeah. So Wembley, we're looking at that. We're going to look at selling that. How many? 10,000 fans?
More than that, man. What's the capacity of that?
45, something like that. 45,000.
Then let's say 40. 5,000.
5,000 could be other fans. The opposition, ladies. It's like watching football. You only have that little corner of the opposition. That's all you get. That's all the seats you get. I'm sorry, the rest is sold out for me. Good man. So we're looking 5 years down the line. World Championship. Is there a particular World Championship that you've got your eye on?
You know what? They replied to my Instagram story. Or I messaged them. I forgot. I think I replied to their Instagram story. And then they were like to me, good luck in your career. We hope you win a world title one day. I said, bet.
So green and gold, yeah?
Green and gold.
Green and gold.
Yeah. WBC.
It's not. I think it's now like everyone that's become the standard. I think I don't want to knock any of the other sanctioning bodies. Obviously, they're all got their process. But I think the Creed films have made that officially like the World Championship belt, for lack of other things. But I do like the golden eagle. I think the IBF. And the WBO is quite a nice one. The black one as well. It's quite it's distinguished. But whatever comes, isn't it?
We'll take all of it.
and that new undisputed one as well. Yeah, that nice.
Yeah.
That's why we got to go to Riyadh then, haven't we? We got to
Exactly.
go. So we got to go. How old are you now at the moment? Sorry again.
27.
You're 27. I say yes. Okay. I thought you were younger than that. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
okay. Having the 2 years out obviously has put us on a little bit of a back burner in that capacity. So in 5 years, and we've done all these things, and we've accomplished everything we want to accomplish. What's Ali going to do then?
Probably have a boxing gym. We have a boxing gym. Realistically, right? Realistically, I'd love to say I'll do other things. I love performing arts. I did performing arts in college. So maybe a bit of acting. Could definitely do something like that. But realistically speaking, even if I was doing acting, I'd still love to be around boxing. I'm just a boxing man ever since I was a kid, right? So I guess just in and around boxing my entire life. I'll probably stay there until I pass away. That's the reality.
I'm just going to ring Sylvester Stallone and say, "Hi, Sly, we've got another boxer here who could do it just as well as Tony Bellew could do it in." Mate, there's plenty of boxing. I've done a few films myself. I did one with Orlando Bloom, in the one that just launched in September in Canada, called The Cut. They had me in as an MC. I've done a Bollywood movie where I was hired as the MC and never appeared on TV, never appeared in the film. They paid me, but didn't even get on set realistically to do my lines. Again, there are opportunities, and there's always boxing films and something going on in the background. So there's always something going on like that, and that would be cool though, to see a bit of bring a bit more theatrics to it. And like we said, it is an entertainment industry as well. Perhaps you might put your hand into promotion as well.
Right.
I'm just like, sign this guy up. Just sign him up. He can promote fights as well. Just get him signed up. Mark's done an absolute steal of a deal on this one to get you signed up with him as well. Fair play to the man. So good man. So after the gym and everything else, any aspirations in your life, obviously, that you want to accomplish after the World Championships? Is there anything else you want to sort of put your hand to and say, I'd like to try that, I'd like to do that? Probably pushing you too far, but
I'd say post-boxing, I'd probably like to relax my life down completely.
Okay.
Just chill out. Boxing is demanding mentally, physically, so having been in that for so many years and post-career, probably end up holding pads for people and giving people tips and going around and hopefully inspiring other people. Probably end up being in like a farm somewhere and just chilling out. You know what I mean? That's probably what I'd like to do.
ARC in diddly squat with Clarkson. That would be
field just with like horses.
mate, do it, because that's cool, because that there's lots of relaxing and it's understandable. I think I when you say that, there's one person that springs to my mind, which is Stone Cold Steve Austin. After he had a great career in the ring with WWE, his thing now, he has a ranch. He lives on the ranch and he does all the stuff on the ranch, and he's absolutely happy as hell. He doesn't have to go back to wrestling, and he's quite happy doing what he's doing. He puts his head back in and out and again, the same capacity. You do whatever you want to do, and I think we'll focus on.
We'll see now. At that point in my life, I'll be like, what do I want now? It's hard to answer now, but when we get there, we'll see.
Yeah, and we'll be like, message me, send me a message going, I bought the ranch today. I'm like, mate, I'm coming. I'll be there. Let's go, wherever it is. But yeah, man, that's good. Mate, I think I'm just going to say thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I think it's been really interesting having you on, because I think, again, people will get to know you the more fights we have. Have we got any plans for 2025 yet?
To fight in mid-February.
Okay.
That's the plan. We want to be active. We want to have an active year. We want a belt around our waist next year.
Yeah.
So we need to keep the activity high and knock everyone out.
That's always a sure way of getting through, not leaving it to the judges' decisions.
Yeah, I don't really like that.
You win it, yeah. Even though that fight, you won every round as far as I was concerned. So, but being active is important. I think a lot of people understand that now as well. That it's not just being active, but also having challenges. I think a lot of people understand, and you seem like someone who wants up for a challenge as well. So it's not someone that you just want to go through and get the 10-0 whatever. You want to be challenged, and that's something that I know Nielsen's and TM will do. They will challenge you. They like 50-50. John particularly loves 50-50 fights. He likes to see the challenges thing. And when it comes to southern areas, the bouts they have delivered at southern area, absolutely fantastic. Billy Orlington and I forget the guy who won. His name is completely gone from my head. That was contender of fight for the year, definitely, and they've done others since then as well. And they've got some great guys that have come through that one as well. So you're in a good place. And then obviously see what other opportunities are arising. There's plenty of other shows down the south. You've got other great promoters down there as well.
100%.
Travel up to Wales. We'll get you. I'll see what I can pull up here from Mark. And Mark can pull something up here, I'm sure. So, or out in Swindon or something like that, just to get you that journey experience of being out of the home corner and into the away corner, just to get that experience as well. Not that you really need it, but it's still good to have that opportunity. So yeah, good luck in 2025, and I'll be following your progress and looking forward to it. Getting in the same ring as you and announcing you properly, not doing it on a little podcast for you tonight. So, but thank you, mate. Thank you so much. Anyway, we have a closing tradition on the podcast, which is where I will ask you some very either or questions, and you just go tell me which one is going to be you. Okay? Although I've asked you one already, so we'll just go with it. So, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Southpaw or orthodox?
Am I a Southpaw and orthodox, or just
what do you prefer? This is all what one do you prefer?
Southpaw.
Body shots or headshots?
Body shots.
Train alone or with a partner?
Alone.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Heavy bag or speed bag?
Heavy bag.
Underdog or favorite?
Underdog.
Boxing gym or training outside?
Boxing gym.
Short, powerful punches or long and technical?
Bit of both.
Okay,
Wow.
There you have that one. I'll let you have that one. Fight dirty or fight clean? Loud crowd or the quiet atmosphere?
Loud.
Quick knockout or strategic win?
Strategic knockout.
Okay, hypothetical question. If it happened this month, if it happened next month, the next year, AJ versus Fury, who wins?
Fury.
Do you know what? Everyone is saying that at the moment. I'm not going to disagree with them, but I just want to see it. I just want to see it happen because I still want to see that fight. I know people will knock AJ around and say, well, after the Dubois and after the Usyks, and man, still got a lot to offer. Boxing still got a lot. Still got a lot in them, and there's still fuel in the tank, and as long as there's fire in the belly, then that will still be a great fight because I think that'll be the best of British. That could be a brilliant best of British card. We'll see what happens after the December 1st, which probably this podcast has already come out after this. So chances are everyone will know that Usyk / Tyson is now the unified champion of the world. Whoever.
That one.
Yeah, that guy. That guy won. So, mate, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it. How do people follow you? How do they get involved in following your journey?
Ali Cordy on Instagram. Ali Cordy on everything. Nice and simple.
Nice and easy.
Exactly.
Ali, thank you so much for coming on there, mate. And we'll look forward to seeing your journey in 2025 and beyond. And I wish you every success that you will deserve, definitely. I'm sure that it'll all come your way.
Thank you so much.
Thanks again. Take care. Hey everybody, thank you so much for listening to the Big Hype podcast. We hope you've enjoyed this episode, and really I just want to ask you personally, if you could just send this on to a friend. Send it in their text, to their socials, to WhatsApp, whatever. However you get it to them, just get it to them. I'm sure they'll appreciate it, and I certainly will appreciate it. So thanks again for listening to the Big Hype podcast, and thank you again for sending and sharing.